One thing I want to ask you about, I don't know if you know about this or you have an opinion on this, but you've done a lot of work, archaeological work, that we discussed today, including uncovering burial sites. The really interesting one that we talked about just a few minutes ago, the story of Homo naledi in South Africa that's come out in recent years. I know that's a very provocative and interesting and controversial story. The claim is that they found evidence of burials that are, I think, a couple million years old in that species in South Africa. Um, do you do you think that's true? And whether or not you think that part of it's true, what are sort of the oldest burials that you are convinced of?
Well, um, I don't think that's true. One thing. So I think that, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble here or get sued or anything. So I have to be what I say, but essentially so they found a new human species there. I think there's no doubt about it. It's a new human species. There've been some dating, independent dating being done. But then the person that's in charge of that cave and those discoveries then has made a lot of claims recently that were not necessarily scientifically backed by like evidence, and it wasn't peer reviewed either. So there's an interest. So essentially the way we work is you have scientific questions that you need to have some questions that are answerable. So you can develop some tests to test those scientific questions, and then you find some answers to that. You write a paper, you send it for peer review, and then it's evaluated and it's accepted or rejected, or they want modification, etc. But then the groups that are working there, they claim that they found burial and also that Nadeli was making rock art there. And they wrote a paper about it in a journal, but that journal had changed their model where they didn't send the papers for peer review first. So they published the paper. And after that, they published the peer reviews with the comment, and then it was rejected. But at the time, it was already in the media. And the
I see.
reason why they did that is because they had a Netflix movies that was coming out.
Mm,
Right. So they did it like that. So I don't think it's a good way to do science. Like it's essentially like there's not enough evidence to say that it is or it is not. Well, I mean, I think it's not, but like in terms of the rock art there, like they found some markings on the wall there, but those caves have been visited for. It's not just Natalie that has been in there. Like cavers have been in there for years. There was also mining in those caves, fires also in those caves.
mm,
We know that miners at the beginning of the century were going in these caves and lighting fires,
I
etc. That
see.
they haven't done any dating. Like it would be easy to take a piece of the charcoal and date it. They haven't done that. They're just saying, "Oh yeah, Natalie did that." Did he?
Mm,
And the burial is the same. So it's just that I don't know. So there's a lot of
I see.
yeah, and there's a lot of there's things like that, but there's a market for that. It's the same thing about I forgot the name of this show, like on Netflix. Like, and now they're doing another series with Keanu Reeves. Like there's a market for that out there that people
Right.
want to know stuff that's controversial, but it's not necessarily true. And there's a type of people like that, of personality, that media like that because they're prepared to be out there and say stuff you know that
Mhm,
makes
mhm,
stuff that's like it's it's controversial, but it's not necessarily true.
mhm. So, what are the oldest examples of human burials that people agree on universally? How old are those?
Don't remember, but I think there was a site in Africa where my colleague at Griffith, Michael Petraglia, had excavated. I think it's that one, but I can't remember on the top of my head. But it's pretty old, like maybe like 100,000 or something. I
Mhm.
can't I can't really be sure, but yeah,
So, but anatomically modern humans have been doing that for quite a long time.
for yeah, yep, 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 for a long
Interesting.
time.